Welcome, everyone, to our 2024 celebrations for International Project Management Day. I'm Kevin Aguanno, your Master of Ceremonies this year, and I am excited about our agenda for this year. But before we begin, let me tell you a bit about this event. International Project Management Day is always the first Thursday in each November. It was started in 2004 by PMI fellow Frank Saladis after completing a term as PMI New York City chapter president. Since then, it has spread internationally and is now celebrated in many countries around the world. PMI says, and I quote, "The goal of International Project Management Day is the worldwide recognition of the many project managers and project teams in every industry, including nonprofit organizations and healthcare, who contribute their time, energy, creativity, innovation, and countless hours to deliver products, services, facilities, and to provide emergency and disaster recovery services in every city and community around the world." Well, that's quite an inspiring group of people, and I'm honored to be part of it. This is the official Canadian celebration for the event, hosted by the Project Management Association of Canada, or PMAC. I've been chairing this Canadian event since 2007, so this year is the 20th anniversary of the founding of International PM Day, and we've celebrated it annually since 2007, though we skipped it 3 times over the years, COVID and such, making this our 14th Canadian celebration. Our theme this year is projecting into the future. The world around us is constantly changing, driven by new technologies, climate change, population and migration changes, new business models, and other factors. Adapting to these changes requires the launch of projects. And projects are the means by which we make change happen. But even project management is changing with new technologies like artificial intelligence and responding to climate change with the move towards sustainable project management. Today's event is intended to help project managers prepare for these changes. You will learn about changes already happening and get a glimpse into the changes on the horizon that are just about to impact us, and perhaps even a little bit further into the future. We've lined up a wonderful group of subject matter experts who will share their insights and help position us to be future ready. Okay, our agenda today, which you can find at www.ipmd.ca, www.ipmd, International Project Management Day.ca, is comprised of 2 tracks of presentations. We'll start with an opening keynote on how artificial intelligence is already changing project management. Following that, we'll separate into 2 parallel streams of presentations called Track A and Track B on the website. Click on an agenda entry on the website to read the corresponding presentation description, and you will see a Join button that you can click on to view the correct presentation track. Each presentation will be separated by a 10-minute break, where you can get a glass of water, stand up and stretch, or switch between tracks if you wish. If you want to stay on the same track, no action is required. Just keep your browser window open. This opening keynote is on Track A. The agenda is shown with times in Eastern Time Zone, so wherever you are in the country, you'll have to make adjustments for your local time zone. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern Time, we're going to wrap up with closing remarks and some prize draws. That's right. We'll be randomly selecting people throughout the day who've logged into the track sessions, and we'll be giving up prizes that will be announced at the 4 p.m. closing. And we have some lovely prizes to send out this year, as our sponsors have been very, very generous. First, I'm going to say a few words about our host and our sponsors. Our host, the Project Management Association of Canada, was created by the Canadian government in 2006 to be Canada's official project management standards and certification body. PMAC is Canada's representative to the International Project Management Association, an international standard-setting body, who also works with PMI chapters to provide additional certification paths for project managers who want to distinguish themselves from the pack. Now, PMAC has contributed 5 one-year memberships, valued at up to $100 each, to our prize pool. Thank you. Another sponsor is IPMA USA, a similar organization to PMAC, covering the USA exclusively. I want to welcome attendees who've joined us today, courtesy of IPMA USA. It's great to see this type of regional partnership. Next comes Procept Associates Limited. Procept is a premier provider of project management consulting and training programs. Headquartered in Toronto, Procept has offices across Canada, the US, Europe, and Africa. And since its business operations started in 1963, it has trained over 1 million people from 17,000 organizations. Now, Procept is an authorized training partner, or ATP, with PMI. And in fact, it was the first PMI registered education provider, or REP, in Canada, and the sixth globally when the program started in the 1990s. Procept is also a chartered education provider with the International Institute for Business Analysis, IIBA, an accredited training provider with the Association for the Advancement of Cost Engineering, AAC International, and an authorized training organization with APMG International, and many of its courses are accredited by the Canadian Construction Association for their Gold Seal program. Procept has donated a number of prizes we'll be giving out today. 2 tickets to any PMP exam prep course it is offering in 2025. They're worth over $2,000 each. An Amazon Kindle ebook reader, a Cuisinart hot air popcorn maker, a Civio personal smoothie blender, and 3 $50 Amazon gift cards. Thank you, Procept, for these prize donations. Another sponsor is Title Shift Inc., formerly known as SPM Learning. Title Shift is providing training in project management, change management, and leadership development since the 1990s. Title Shift is donating 2 tickets to any of its Strategies for Effective Leading Through Change courses in 2025, valued each at $695. 2 copies of the Effective Change Manager's Handbook, valued at $90 each, and 2 Change Agent t-shirts. Thank you, Title Shift. And lastly, Multimedia Publications, which is donating 2 copies of its latest book, Leading with Purpose, Positive Power and Inspirational Influence, written by PMI fellow Vijay Verma. In total, that's over $6,300 in prizes. I want to thank all of our sponsors. Stay tuned. Those prizes will be announced and given out at, as I said, 4 p.m. later today. Our participants today come from all across Canada, the USA, and we have a few from overseas. So welcome. We have an important tradition in Canada of reading out a land acknowledgement at the start of our important gatherings. It's a tradition to honor the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples that have stewarded this land for millennia, and the diverse groups of peoples that call this land home today. We remind ourselves that we come from different backgrounds with different cultural practices and beliefs. And then in coming together today, we need to stay respectful of each other's traditions and perspectives. All of us have a relationship with the earth and its plants and animals that house us, feed us, nurture us, and create the conditions for the development of our societies and their rich traditions. These relationships are as different as the snowflakes we'll see flying in our skies in a month or so as winter approaches. Today, I'm talking to you from my home in the lands of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation in Ontario, settled under the Williams Treaties, while others of you are attending from lands in other parts of Canada, the US, and maybe overseas. We are residents of what our Indigenous peoples call Turtle Island, and we must protect the lands that we reside in so that our future generations will be able to enjoy their special relationships to the lands we call home. This extends to respecting any cultural beliefs and ceremonies that others have to express their special relationship with the earth. Now, without further ado, let's begin our presentation.